Hi everyone, Trina here. Hope you're all doing good. And this is 6.9. Last one was 6.8. So this is 6.9. And this is the 9 orders of angels. And we've just entered chapter 14. So I wanted to read something to you before we started, because I think this is so beautiful. And this is from the beginning, where we started. And it's called The Eternal Flame. It says, I did not begin when I was born, nor when I was conceived. I have been growing, developing through incalculable myriads of millennia. All of my previous selves have their voices, their echoes, and their promptings in me. Oh, incalculable times, again shall I be born. Jack London. And as we begin, the 9 orders of angels. Know from whence you came. If you know from whence you came, there is no limit to where you can go. James Baldwin. One of the first descriptions we have of the 9 orders of angels comes from the Celestial Hierarchy, written in the 5th or 6th century CE by Pseudo-Dionysius the Areopagite. This understanding of the angelic hierarchy was then adopted by many of the early church fathers. During the formative years of Christianity, when teachers like Origen and Augustine spoke openly about the angels, Pope Gregory I, 540 to 604, adopted this same nomenclature. It was then used by Thomas Aquinas, the 13th century Dominican monk, who speculated that the number of angelic orders possibly reflected their proximity to the throne of God. This same system of 9 angelic orders then inspired Dante's epic poem, The Divine Comedy. About the narrator's journey to paradise, this powerful story tells of Dante's descent into the various regions of the underworld, where souls were trapped by their negative thinking. Finally, he is taken to paradise. In this story, Dante is led by a beneficent guide, Beatrice, Dante's ideal woman, a consummate angel whose aspect is of the Divine Mother. In paradise, Beatrice reveals the angelic world to Dante, who sees the divine light of God surrounded by the 9 circles of light. These are the 9 orders of angels. Enabled by Beatrice's presence, Dante was able to behold the lustrous halos of rainbows that surrounded a central point of light. Beatrice explains to him that the highest angelic choirs derive their bliss by keeping their vision forever focused on God. Upward these orders gaze, and so prevails the downward, their power, that up towards God on high all are impelled. Beatrice reveals that each angelic order possesses its own mode of absorbing and then reflecting the prismal primal light. In other words, each order has a specific or unique function. She says that God created the angels for the purpose of love. In his eternity, where time is none, nor aught of limitation else. He chose that in new loves the eternal love be shown. The consequence in which these 9 angels' orders are listed in the Divine Comedy, the sequence in which these 9 angelic orders are listed in the Divine Comedy is the seraphim, the cherubim, and the thrones. In the first division, the dominions, the virtues, and the powers. In the second division, the principalities, the archangels, and the angels in the third division. In all of my many years of work with these angels and their hierarchy, I have found only one variation on this delineation. Traditional texts place the seraphim as the first order of angels and the thrones as the third order. However, the angels who have been my teachers say that the thrones are the first order of angels. I would agree with that. Absolutely would agree with that. For they emanate the vibration of love. Always, too, you want to approach the throne of God. It's the highest level, the throne. The thrones would surround the throne. Totally makes sense to me. So this is cool because I agree with that so much. So the throne angels appear in the third dimension. They look like the suns that reside at the center of all the solar systems in the universes, embodying the principles of pure light. The seraphim are the second order of the angels, the celestial singers of heaven, whose wings produce the vibrational modulations of Holy Word, thus helping to establish the frequencies by which various dimensions are formed. The cherubim are the third order of the angels, who then transmute the sounds produced by the seraphim into many different wavelengths of visible and invisible light. Thus, the first 3 orders of angels reflect the first 3 principles of Atum: love, sound, and light. This is the prima materia, in which the entire universe is built. This will all become much clearer as we go through the details to see how each order's function is built on those of the orders that precede it. For now, I have included a reference and a chart in the various orders in the table, 14.1, before we dive into the details. And this is the chart, and it might be a little hard for you guys to see. So the first one is order number 1, thrones, spirits of love, foundational suns, love, devotion, light, and sacrifice. 2, seraphim, spirits of sound, singers, sound vibration, creation, and music. 3, cherubim, spirits of light, painters, light transmutation and emanation. 4, dominions, or spirits of wisdom, guardians, knowledge, wisdom, the mysteries, vortex holders of nodal points in dark matter. 5, virtues, spirits of movement or dynamis, weavers of light and sound and music and creativity, weavers of the grid of dark matter of the universe. These are the weavers. Interesting. So 1, we have the suns. 2, we have the sounds. 3, we have the light. 4, we have the knowledge and the introduction of dark matter. 5, the weavers of light and the makers of the grid of dark matter. This is the matrix, is 5. 6, powers, or exousal spirits of form. These are the builders, the manifestors of matter, structure, building form, protection. Also, they make the plutonic solids. So this is our elemental plutonic solids are coming in on the 6th. So 7 principalities or archival spirits of seeding and time. Explorers, seeders of worlds, new horizons, pioneers, explorers, travelers, and mystics. So 8 archangels, spirits of fire and magnetic fields, regulators of the magnetic field of space, protectors, warriors, healers, guardians, powerhouses, bridge builders. 9 angel spirits of life and service, service, devotion to humanity, guardian angels, spirit guides, love, creativity, inspiration, and healing. I think those are the angels that are the closest to us, are the 9th level angels, because they're the lowest drop down, so it'd be the easiest for them to get to us, and that's what they would be, guardians, and they would be of service to humanity. That makes perfect sense to me. Her chart is beautiful. I've seen many that are so similar, but like I said, her work just resonates with me more than anybody else's I've kind of come into. It's almost like we were taught by the same being and the Lord. So I have her next book, which we're going to be getting into, which is going to be talking about reclaiming and how we can return back to the divine feminine and reclaim Sophia. So that'll be very, very fun and interesting to read with you guys. So the first order is the thrones, love and power of one. The thrones are the first order of angels. They hold the power of unconditional love, the primary principle of life. They are primordial, flame beings whose love for the Creator is so great that it is the throne on which all universes are built. The word throne is from the Greek meaning seat or chair. Thus, in order, it is the foundation on which all other worlds rest. Note, the throne contains the words the and one. Thrones hold the power of the number 1. Thus, they sit at the center of each solar system, acting as the central nexus of light for all planets. All stars are maintained by this angelic order. It is from their light that life is able to exist on any world. For it is through their emanation and their love alone that the light comes into being, just as the gases in every star are burnt up so that each sun may continue to give off its light. So too do the thrones that live in every star surrendered their life energies moment by moment in service to the greater plan. Through their sacrifice, stars emit light and heat to the planets they serve. As a consequence, these planets become rich habitants for billions of evolving souls. Thus, the nature of a throne, which is unconditional love, is expressed through self-sacrifice throughout the entire cosmos. Though their sacrifice of trillions of souls, they have planets on which to evolve to the constant dance of evolution. Thus, they are known as the spirits of love. Let me show you the chart before we get any further into this. And I don't know if you guys can see it. I hope you can. I will hold it up for you. And this is the chart they give with the orders. You see it back up just a little bit. There you go. Hopefully you can see that. Maybe screenshot it and blow it up. Okay. So, philosopher and esoterist Rudolf Steiner has this to say about the thrones. Beholding with the soul, we actually see how the first stage of the realization of the divine plan is achieved in the downflow of the fire substance by the thrones. The thrones give forth primeval fire, their own substance, into the appointed sphere. Wow. James Hines, one of Steiner's students, elaborates. Every variety of substance in the universe was provided by the thrones, beginning as a kind of spiritual light, materiality. These substances became concentrated and intensified throughout the ages. Time also came into existence through the thrones. The thrones are very rare among those who have incarnated as human beings. In the last 30 years of readings, I have only met 5 thrones who are incarnated as humans. Each one was exceedingly pure. They were humble, heart-based, devotional, and sought no recognition in the world, much like Mother Teresa. Based upon this, I do believe there are very few of these souls here on earth, and those who are now incarnated in human form are devoted to uplifting others. They're never flashy or ego-driven. They are mainly hidden in the vast sea of humanity, quietly doing their work, healing the hearts of the world. Their light is purity and love, and to meet one is a rare treasure. In Egypt, every pharaoh sought to become enlightened so that one day he too would earn the right to become a star and, like the shining thrones, to be able to provide light for others. Really, Zodiac? The meaning of this wisdom is that when we, as souls, can learn to embody more of this purity in our own lives. Zodiac, shh. So, we can learn to embody. Sorry, I have to redo that. My husky is talking. Oh, really? I'm going to get your toy for you when I'm done reading, okay? Can you wait a few minutes? I know it's hard for you, but I will do it for you in a minute, okay? You be good girl and you lay down. Oh, I know. She's probably going to argue with me about this, but that's okay. So, when we serve from a place of true compassion, we move forward in our spiritual evolution. Our auric fields expand with spiritual service, eventually becoming the halo seen in the medieval paintings. This purity of heart exalts the spirit and reminds us that the first will be the last, and the last will be the first. In the kingdom of heaven, when we push ourselves forward from a place of ego, we are acting less evolved than those who serve quietly from a place of love. Next, we will get into the seraphim, the singers, and the power of 2. So I think I'm going to have to maybe handle my puppies for a little bit because it's dinner time. So much love to you all. We just got through the thrones, and we will get into the other orders of angels, next being the seraphim. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Much love to you all. May favor, joy, and bliss be in your life always. Much love to you all. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.